Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's session. So, today I want to talk to you about when is actually the right time to sell your house. But in actual fact, there's not really a perfect time to sell your house. It is just based on a certain factors or the certain factors that you need to consider in order to decide if it is actually the right time to sell your house. We cannot always control the timing because it is really circumstantial. So you really need to make an informed decision considering the factors that are available to actually decide if it is the right time to sell your house. So there's a few factors that I want to decide. These factors are not all the factors, but they are the most important factors. It's actually three factors. So I want to talk to you about the marketing conditions, the personal reasons why you sell a house, and home equity. So these are the three I'm only gonna touch on, but there's all other many other factors that you can really consider in terms of selling a house. So when it comes to market conditions, right, the price growth of your property is really determined by supply and demand, just like any other industry is determined by supply and demand. So if the economy is not performing well, it affects the buyers power to actually buy a property, right? So it means if the economy is not performing well, it also leads to the demands dropping, which means that the sellers will have no choice but to actually drop the prices of their house. Okay, one of the most important factors in actually stimulating demands or actually making sure the demand becomes low is interest rate, right? So if the interest rate is very low, then it is actually the right time to sell your house, because at that time when interest is low, it means buyers have it's cheaper for them to actually obtain a home loan. So it means it becomes much more easier for buyers to get home finance. In that way, it means many buyers enter the market looking to buy houses, right? If you look at the demand right now, it's very high because the interest rate are very low. Because if you look at the repo rate, which is the percentage in which the banks borrow money from the Reserve Bank, it's around 3.5%, and the prime lending, which is the percentage that the lenders use to borrow to consumers, is at 7%. So with this being said, it actually is really the right time to sell your house, but you cannot just make a decision just based on this. There's other few factors also that you should need to consider. So let's look at the second reason why you should sell your house, or if it's the right time to sell your house. So if your house becomes too big to maintain and too big, it's maybe more expensive to maintain, then it might be a good idea to sell your house and downsize to a smaller house, which is low cost in terms of maintenance and all that. And also, if your house is a bit too smaller, maybe your family is growing, you have more kids now. It might be a good time to buy a house if only you can afford to maintain the bigger house. Okay, and there's also some not so nice reason to sell your house, like a restructure of the family structure. Like maybe there's a death in the family, there's a divorce, or maybe some financial pressures. Maybe you are not able to finance your current home in terms of maintenance and all the other expenses that comes with your home maintenance. Then it might be a good time to sell your house. Then the most important one that are second to the market condition is what we call home equity. So home equity is your value in the ownership stake of your home. So I've made a video on what home equity is. So just check on some of my video on home equities and really understand what home equity is. But in summary, I'll just say that home equity is the difference between the current market value of your home and the liabilities that you have on that home. So if the home equity is on a positive side, then it's actually a good idea to sell your house. But if it's on a negative, there's no point of selling your house, because there's nothing that you're going to make in the sale of that house. So it is more advisable to actually understand what home equity is, because some people don't know that there are costs that are associated with selling your house. So if your home equity is low, it means that after, when you have paid off settled your mortgage, then you're going to end up with nothing. So what is more advisable is you to understand what your home equity is, and you must make sure that if you decide to sell your house, your home equity is on a positive side, which means that there's some certain amount of money that will remain in your pocket after actually paying up the bank for what you still owe. Okay, so we've come to the end of this week's session. So guys, please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next week. Cheers.